welcome to my McLaren 540C.
It's one of those times in life when you just know that it's right. It's one in a lifetime. For the first time in my life, I'm right on the edge now. I'm looking down. No matter how hard I try, can't see the ground. I'm on the edge now, taking the lead, taking a chance.
I can't believe it's mine. Let's take it for a spin. Now let me tell you a bit about this McLaren. I've had it for about 6 months now and I've loved every minute of it. Haven't had any dramas with it. I had previously a Ferrari 360 1999 model with the flappy paddles, which were terrible. Every time I wanted to take that car out, something went wrong with it and I never got to enjoy it. And you know, it's not like a normal car where, you know, if you want to get something fixed, you know, it'll take not even a day to complete that. You know, if you're waiting on parts, you don't have the car for 4 to 5 weeks in some cases. So I paid all this money for this car. I never really got to enjoy it that much, and I thought, you know what, the McLaren just looks amazing and it's got a lot more power. It's new, you know, it's got my digital dash, which I love, and it's just fantastic. There's nothing more exhilarating than when you put your foot down in this car. I mean, it's 0 to 100. I know a bit more stats on this one than I do on the other car, that Alfa Romeo I reviewed, but this car, 0 to 100 in 3.5 seconds, and it just blows you away, the acceleration of this car. I'll never get sick of that. Look, I don't know that much about the mechanical workings of a car. I know what an engine does, I know what a transmission does, I know what a chassis is, but what I review in a car is how it makes you feel while you're driving. That's all I care about. If it makes you feel excited, if it makes you fall in love with the car, what features of it really excite you or make you enjoy the driving experience more than your average car. That's what I want to make sure in these reviews that I do. Just like the normal person, you know, a normal person that jumps in a car, loves cars, but not necessarily knows, you know, how many pistons or whatever the hell, or spark plugs, I don't know. I just want to make sure that the reviews that I'm doing are just basic, how that makes you feel as a driver. I love driving. Ever since I was a kid, a 10-year-old kid, I wanted to drive. All I can say is that this McLaren is like nothing of it. The speed that this car is able to get you to is just, it's not only the way that it delivers the speed, it's the way that it makes you feel confident enough to drive at those speeds. Because look, like I said, I had a Ferrari 360. When I put my foot down in that car, I used to hold my breath and pray, because look, I'm no racing car driver, but all I know is that there were some times where I thought this thing was going to whip me around the corner and did not feel safe in it at all, especially on the windy stuff. Look, on a straight line it was alright, but again, you know, once the wheels started spinning in that car, bit of poo, little bit of a dribble. But with this car, you put your foot down and you can just feel the way that the computers or the suspension settings in this car, it just works everything out. You know, it puts you in line, so you don't have to be Michael Schumacher to be able to enjoy a car like this, which is one of the reasons why I bought this car as well, because I just wanted to be able to enjoy it without the fear that I'm going to wrap myself around a pole. The only thing I have to say that I don't like about this car, the only negative about this car, is the infotainment system. Look, I love the way it looks, the design and so forth. I'm in IT, that's the stuff I look for. But the way that it actually functions is terrible. And I actually did mention this to McLaren, and their solution was to not use too many things at once, which I thought was pretty funny. Imagine if you bought a phone worth $1,000 and they say, look, sorry, you can't have too many apps open because it's not built for that. I mean, you're paying close to 400 grand on a car, and you expect that the infotainment system can, have your phone plugged in charging, and while you're listening to the radio or, listening to some streaming. But they say you put too much on it, it strains it. So, yeah, look, I'm listening to what they say and just, don't overload it. But look, I mean, the navigation system on this car is not the best, so I use Google Maps anyway. But the digital dash, I love it how it changes no matter what mode you're in. So if you're in sport mode, it changes. If you're in normal mode, it's got a different look. And track mode, which is my favorite, that looks amazing. It just shows you your tacho, your gear at the top, in the middle, and your speed. It shows your tire temperature, your tire pressure. It shows, they've really dumbed it down. It shows you a picture of the car, shows you the oil temperature, it shows you the transmission temperature and the engine temperature, the oil temperature, and then you can push it when everything's green. I mean, you can't really dumb it down more than that. I mean, even the tyres, it shows you colour codes when the tyres are warm enough for you to push it. It's fantastic. I mean, they've really thought of everything with this car. I just love the detail of it, the design, the look of it. I mean, it's an attention grabber, but at the same time, because I haven't chosen out their colour, it's pretty stealthy as well. You can slip through, even if you don't put it in, if you want to just keep it low key, you can just leave it in normal mode, and the exhaust, honestly, it doesn't sound that loud at all, but when you click it on the over from normal to sport modes, then it makes it a lot louder, especially when you push it. Oh wait, well, I better not put the aircon on, just in case the system decides to have a hissy fit. No, I'm hot, I'm putting it on. I'm sweating. Another thing from that last video that's made me want to do personally is lose some weight. I mean, the last time I was in that Alpha in the last review, I saw my man boobs jiggling, and I thought that is not a good look for a YouTuber. So I'm starting to be good. Actually today I've made a decision. I'm going to stop eating like an animal, and I'm going to start losing weight, do exercise. I sit in front of a computer for 8-9 hours a day, 5 days a week, so I think I need to do some more exercise, get my fat ass moving. I mean, even the aircon, the way it looks, instead of just a picture of a man on your climate controller, he's wearing a helmet. I mean, it's great. It's fantastic. This car, everything about it is me. I love it. It's just everything, just the little tiny details about it. Even the climate control man wearing a helmet, that's brilliant. I love it. I love it. I mean, this car, you can drive it normally and it doesn't feel uncomfortable. As long as you leave the suspension, the handling in normal mode, it just feels like a normal car. Love it. Love it. I love it. I love it. Ferrari 360 will get your heart racing for a different reason. They get your heart racing because you think you're gonna die. My last video about the Alfa Romeo, look, it wasn't the best car, but I've learnt a lot from that experience of making my first video. Even just being in front of a camera, it was my first time. You know, I think with this one, hopefully this one turned out a lot better. And look, it's my last video went viral. I mean, I've got 5 subscribers, 3 of them were from me from different accounts. You know, the comments are going through the roof, and you know, the views. I've hit a century. I'm happy with that for my first video. I've hit 100 views, so I'm happy with that. I'm gonna keep driving by myself because I don't want to keep talking. I just want to enjoy this moment. This weather's beautiful. I'm in Yarra Glen area. I love this area for a drive. It's just beautiful surroundings. And you know what? I'm gonna say what every other YouTube says. And please click subscribe. Click that little bell icon.